Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining me here for a YouTube video discussion. I realize I owe you one because, oh man, has it been a while since I made a video, and well, I'd like to apologize. I mean, I just woke up, so my hair is a little bit messy. It's also coming in, it's growing in, and when it grows in, it gets weird like this. But I realize it's been a while since I made a video, just been kind of busy with life. You know, life shifts happen, and just trying to go with the ebb and the flow of that and figure out where everything's gonna fall and all that stuff. That's all I'm gonna say. I know it's kind of vague and it doesn't really help out a whole lot, but just know that I did not intend to go this long without making a video because I also intended to talk about the video game awards and I intended to talk about all the stuff that's been going on with gaming. But there's just so many channels and so many places that cover it that I just didn't really want to get mixed up in all of that. But what I did want to talk about is sort of related to the Video Game Awards, though, so hopefully you'll join me for that video discussion and also leave your thoughts in the comments down below. I think that the Video Game Awards was a pretty decent show. It's a good show every year because let's face it, it's just like Summer Games Fest. We're watching it for the game trailers and the announcements. We're not really watching it for the awards, and we're not really watching it for the speeches. Although it's nice, it's a nice celebration of gaming because it's been the past year. These are the games that were considered the best family game of all time, or the best action adventure game, or the best performance, or whatever. And congratulations to everyone that won in the Game Awards because I feel like you deserved it. Because otherwise, you wouldn't have been nominated and you wouldn't have been voted on to win. But with that said, there has been a little bit of controversy going around about the Game of the Year winner. I personally called it. Baldur's Gate just has thousands of hours worth of content. Why wouldn't it win? When I personally have put in a 130-hour run into the game, and that was just because I just want to get to the end. Like, I already did one ending in Act 2. I want to get a couple more endings in Act 3, so I'm just going to go ahead and get to this. But I spent so much time in Act 3 running around Baldur's Gate doing so much stuff in the game that I probably still would be playing it if I was not just like I just want to get to the end and see these endings. So, and people have done 4 and 5 run throughs. I'm sorry, and just so much content. And while Tears of the Kingdom definitely deserved to win, and other games deserve to win, I don't think that that's the discussion. I think the discussion needs to be what this represents. Okay, this is going to make a little bit more sense as I go down this train of thought. So just come on board the train. Let me go ahead and stamp your ticket. Go ahead and take a nice little seat. I got your view right here by the window, so you can look outside and you can see all the stuff going by and nature and all that stuff like that. As I go up front and I drive this train through Crazyville and all the loony thoughts that I have. So just strap in. It's going to be a good time. But what I mean is it's awareness. And that's just the easiest way I can put it. It's all about awareness. As an example, I think it was at the Game Awards last year, Elden Ring won. And when Elden Ring won Game of the Year, I instantaneously, not being much of a a Soulsborne fan, like not liking the whole Dragon Souls, Demon Souls, I do not care for that style of game whatsoever. It's one of the style of games that actually turns me off instantaneously to a game. You know, if I learn it's a Soulsborne game, I'm like, never mind. You know? And that's actually probably going to be another video to do down the road about games that, or game styles or game types that instantaneously make me say no to a game, and then ones that also make me say yes to a game. That might be a video to do down the road. But, that being said, it's about awareness. And I've heard that some people say that, well, 99% of the people weren't aware of what Baldur's Gate 3 was. Well, they do now, don't they? That's what I'm talking about. Even if they didn't, which I think is the biggest crock of shit that I've ever heard, because how did you not hear about Baldur's Gate 3? Like, seriously, it was all over my Twitter, not my Twitter, my TikTok feed. It was all over everything before the game even launched. There was people who were playing it on PC a month early. It's like Mario Wonder. It was everywhere. So I don't think that people didn't hear about it. I just think that maybe they were turned off by the style and the combat, and all that's fine if that's what you are. You know, like I kind of sort of was. I was sort of a little bit like I want to sort of dip my toe in this because I'm not 100% sure. Because again, I don't like real time strategy games. But this wasn't really a real time strategy. It was just the angle made me think it was a real time strategy, but I ended up loving the game when I did play it. I actually gave it a fair shake, and I ended up loving it. And like I said, put in basically 130 hours into it. So that being said, though, to me, the Game Awards are about awareness. As an example, games that maybe I had never even heard about before are now announced and on my list. Games like, games that were announced. I made a list of games that interested me based upon the trailers that they showed, right? And you get information about Kojima's upcoming game, OD, and you get all this other stuff. But also, you get to see gameplay footage. So if you didn't know what Baldur's Gate was, you're sitting there and you're kind of watching the gameplay, you're like, yeah, this game is winning all of these awards. And based on what I'm seeing of the gameplay footage, this has got like companions and it's got decision-making stuff like the BioWare games do. I might want to try this. And boom, you've now been instantly made aware of a great game that you might end up liking. So I think that that's really what it's more about. Because for me, Resident Evil 4 shouldn't even been on the list. It's a remake, right? But it's on there because they say it's good enough compared to the other games that have come out to be on this list. Alan Wake 2 is another one where it's just like, see, it's a good game and it deserves to be on there, but maybe you were on the fence about it, but you see the gameplay footage that they're showing about it, you hear all this recognition that it's getting, and you're like, oh, well, maybe I will try it. And now you're into Alan Wake. You don't know. So I think that that's really what the discussion needs to be. Not about who won, who didn't win, who got nominated, who didn't get nominated. That's a different discussion. I think there are some games that definitely should have been nominated. That could have replaced that Resident Evil 4 slot. But still, I think to me it's about awareness. And to give you a perfect example, Spider-Man 2, the game that everybody's whining and bitching about, is something that I'm going to play now because of the Game Awards. So the Game Awards brought enough exposure to Spider-Man 2, and hearing it from people that I personally know about how great the Spider-Man games are, I picked up Spider-Man, and I'm playing it. So do you see what I'm talking about how the Video Game Awards can bring awareness? Because outside of the trailers themselves, that's what Summer Game Fest is all about. It's bringing awareness to these games that are about to come out, and they're talking about it. These developers are coming out here talking about how they've done this, that, or the other with it, and show it off so you are made aware of it, and it's on your radar so you can keep an eye out for it. So when it comes out, you can buy it. And that's exactly what the Game Awards are for. But it's the opposite direction. Because instead of looking forward to games that are going to come out, you're looking back at the games that have already come out and you said, well, yeah, I didn't even know that game was out, but that looks interesting. And it won this award? Yeah, I might go check out Valorant now. I might go check out whatever. You see what I'm saying? So to me, the discussion is more about bringing awareness to the industry, to the developers that made it, giving them the spotlight to talk about whatever they want. Please give them more than 30 seconds so we don't get rushed stuff. That's a different discussion altogether. But I think that we need to look at it more so as the Video Game Awards are what they are. They are awards. They're games that are being celebrated as like we consider these to be the best of the best throughout the year. And if something wins, like Elden Ring won, I think last year, and I didn't really give a crap. Because again, Soulsborne games are not my cup of tea. I was still happy with the fact that it won. And I'm now a little bit more mildly interested in trying it just because I hear that even though it is a Soulsborne game, it's not as limited and restricted as most Soulsborne games are. So maybe I'll try it. And that's exactly what I'm trying to talk about. But that's just my 2 cents, and maybe my crazy train has gone off the rails at this point, and now you're on the phone with the insurance company talking about personal injury or something. I don't know. I hope that you didn't get hurt along the way. Because I know that it might sound crazy or it might not have made a lick of sense to you, and I apologize, but I do appreciate you watching if you did. And hopefully next time the train won't go everywhere. It will just be a straightforward path from point A to point B, and hopefully you'll punch your ticket again and come join me on that ride. But have yourself a good one, everyone. I'm going to go ahead and get some stuff done around the house, and I've got work today. So, yeah. And if I don't get a chance to talk to you because of all the insanity that's probably going to be going on throughout the holidays, I hope you have yourself a happy holidays as well. Catch you next time, guys.